Hello, welcome back to Yolanda Loves Comfort Food. Okay, just kidding. So today I'm making beef enchiladas. So to start, I'm going to soften my corn tortillas in my cast iron skillet. I'm using olive oil, and I'm just going to do all of those and set them to the side. In the same skillet, I will add a chopped yellow onion and saute those for a little while. And then on top of that, I'll add my ground beef. And I season the beef with just use whatever seasons you feel comfortable using. I use garlic powder, cracked black pepper, salt, and just a little bit of badilla. And some people use cumin. I've used it before, but I don't have any, so I didn't use it. So once you cook that through, you just set it to the side because I'll be adding the enchilada sauce to that later on. So to make the sauce, and I don't really know the specifics. I'm going to look that up later. I'll figure it out later, but I just kind of like throw everything into the pot. But I use olive oil to make the sauce. I'm going to guesstimate this, but the measurements will be in the description box. So just add maybe like a third cup of olive oil to the pan. Then you sprinkle your flour over in there and you stir that up, just continuously stirring it like you're making a gravy. And to that, you're going to add your chili powder, and you're going to stir the chili powder up. And it's just going to be like a little, kind of like a thick paste. And to that, I like to add my chicken stock, and I use my homemade chicken stock because I freeze my chicken stock. I don't throw it away. I freeze it. So the chicken stock that I'm pouring in may look a little weird, but it's because it's like homemade chicken stock from some chicken that I had boiled, weeks ago, but I just froze it. So you can use canned stock, but I'm using that. And I also use chipotle peppers. What I do is I just blend the chipotle peppers just throw them in the blender and blend them up really good. And then I add the chipotle. It's like a sauce, so I just add that. And I'm gonna add the rest of my seasonings to the sauce as well. And I also add water to that to thin it out. If it's too thick, I just add a little bit of water once I've added everything else. And so I'll add that to my meat, just a little bit of that to the meat. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and layer my enchiladas in the pan. And I also put the sauce in the pan before I start rolling out the enchiladas. And I just put the beef in there and the cheese on top of that, and just use whatever type of shredded cheese you like using, and I roll them up and I just lay them out. And I know that my little enchiladas was struggling because I let them stay in the pan a little bit too long and they got too soft. And also what I did too is I put a little bit too much sauce on top of the enchiladas. So just make sure you don't put too much sauce on the top of the enchiladas because it's be really saucy. And mine were just a little bit too saucy because I put too much. And on top of that, you just add your cheeses, and you can add, like I added tomatoes and green onions because I just like that personally, but you don't have to add that if you don't like, and pop it in a 375-degree oven for about 15 minutes and you're all done. Everything is cooked. The only thing you're really doing is melting the cheeses and bonding everything together. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope to see you in another video.